No questions. Thank you, Martina. Aha, Martina as well. Yeah, please.
So we had been discussing this question why people are going where. Yeah, you know, we had. I do think.
Please, can you please?
Colleague is.
Thank you.
Discussing. So we have discussed that it's interesting to know why people are going where, yeah, because in the case of Finland, yeah, we really had been astonished that so many Iraqi people, yeah, in relation, you don't have a lot of asylum seekers, but in relation, you have really a lot of Iraqi people. So what's the reason? What do you think? It's because they're coming over Russia, or we had some strange ideas, yeah? And what we have been discussing is that question, what do we know about the networks of the people? Do we know there is a network, there is no network? So because that makes sense to know that, but also we know it's very hard to discuss with them because it's this question of, do people trust us? Will people tell us stories? So that was our discussion point on the one hand, and on the other hand, I personally had been really astonished that you as a public employment service are so involved in this phase of the asylum seekers, that you do really a lot. So is the idea that all of those asylum seekers will get the status of convention? So why are you so involved in that phase?
So who wants to answer? You want to answer about Finland first?
Yeah, okay. Well, I've been wondering myself too why there are so many people coming from Iraq, and probably there is something, that kind of background, that somebody has told that things are well, more or less well in Finland or something like that. And I think most of the Iraqi originally people from Iraq, they come through normal routes through Sweden and so on. Not so many, at least at the moment, coming through Russia. But there certainly is some kind of background, but there is perhaps not clear answer to that question. And then those asylum seekers, I think, well, there was last year nearly 33,000 asylum applications, and they are thinking that over 10,000 decisions will be made that they can stay, and some has already left country for some reasons, and then there are all kind of decisions, but maybe from 10 to 12 to 13 decisions will be positive or have already made.
Do you think you got an answer to your question? Yeah, fine. And then I give the word to Martina, please.
Well, thank you for the really inspiring presentations today. We just said we actually feel like going back home and get right into action. I have one question to Malmö FF and one question to Jella Tappan. And the first question to Malmö FF, as far as I've understood, you also have skills assessment, or that you get to know the youngsters very well and also have knowledge about their soft skills. So how does this skill assessment look like? And to Jella Tappan, we know that many people actually do start or get invisible to Arbetsförmedlingen and to PES because they are not registered any longer, or as you said, they have been at home many years. So how do we make these people visible again, and how did you get in contact with the women?
Do you want to start, Karin?
We have a transnational exchange with France, and 2 years ago we met the French Football Federation, and they presented a method to us which is quite simple. It's a football tournament where you can use football as tools for networking, but also as career guidance. We work together once again with the companies. The companies come with the real professional people, not the human resources manager and not the director of the company. But if it's a school, it's the teacher that comes. If it's a hospital, it's the nurse that comes or the doctor. If it's a parking company, it's the person writing the ticket. We spend a lot of time together, once again, with Arbetsförmedlingen and Malmö Stad to find young people they are interested in this specific industries. We match them together and they play football together. We tried it once and now we have a cooperation with Arbetsförmedlingen, so we start again in September doing 6 months project, and parallel to this they try the method again in France. So, and we see similar results, but I'm more than happy to come back maybe in a year and tell you more about what we can see. But we also organize, so that's one part of where you can show, because soft skills, I mean, it's really interesting. When we ask the companies, what are you looking for? They say, we're looking for people that are ambitious, that are willing to work, that are able to work. But what our challenge at Career Academy is to find out how, and that's why I would be more than happy if Arbetsförmedlingen or someone else would invent a tool for assessment for soft skills. Maybe using football as a tool. Once again, France has a method for this as well. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. Thank you.
Thank you, Karin. Please, Therese.
Okay. I think Jalatrappan, we don't really do anything real to seek for these persons that you meet, the invisible women. But I think some effects are that women who has been for internship or is working at Jalatrappan, it's spread around because a lot of women come to Jalatrappan almost every day. There come women who says, can I come here? Can I be part of this? Do you have any activities that I can attend to? And also I think in the project that we are, the 2 projects that we do have today, it's not only from Arbetsförmedlingen, it's also participants from the Social Welfare Service Office. So that's, I think, but I'm sure there are a lot of women that we don't get to.
We had one more question, please.
Yes, so I was deeply impressed by all 3 presentations, and I found all ideas presented very innovative. First, one small comment to Finland. What I found striking is that the young men, or what a difference an advertisement can make. Yeah, so a young man thinking I can only become a cleaner or I can only do a very low-skilled job, but then an advertisement changed its life, and I think that is also
Please keep the mic to you.
a task for counseling. Yes, to have this in mind, that the self-perception can downgrade a person, what a person is looking for, while there might be more opportunities. I have a question to Finland. I found also the workers' cooperative quite interesting. And my question there is, as it is about concrete vacancies or jobs, is this somehow connected with the public employment service? Or how does this work? Yes, in practice. And then I have a question to Jalatrappa. And let me tell you, I Googled a bit, and as I worked 5 years in the Commission, I was quite happy to see that this was a really sustainable European Social Fund project. Yeah, and that you have ambassadors, previous unemployed, who are going around, and that you are also disseminating it to other municipalities. As you have a partnership with IKEA, I would be interested how IKEA works with this. Is it a business line or is it a mix of corporate social responsibility plus business? Yeah, do they something where they invest in promoting employment and cover this under their corporate social responsibility brand, or is it only business?
Thank you. Do you want to start?
Okay. IKEA has their own work with social sustainability in different countries in the world. And the agreement that Jalatrappan has with IKEA is that they don't invest in Jalatrappan, but IKEA's customers can buy the fabric from IKEA and the sewing service from Jallatrappan. And it's spread on IKEA's department store. So customers buy the fabric from IKEA and the sewing service from Jallatrappan. So we get money from the service that we provide. So that's all.
Thank you. And Ahti?
Okay, I think for the first one, that individual case, I think there was at least two good things happening. There was this company who contacted these reception centers and saw possibility to get some willing persons to work for and learn for programming and coding, and of course these 5 persons who they hired were willing to take a chance, and that was really good thing, I think, for all of these partners. And then what comes to the creation, this cooperative, I think mainly the idea has come from somebody or from the municipality level, and maybe employment service has been giving some guidance how to work and how to organize this and what is possible, but I think that municipality level has been important, so this can be possible.
Now I thought, you are not from the public employment services. There's a lot of key decision makers here today and people working at the public employment services and so on. Have you got any advice or thoughts or something that you would like to tell them? How could we cooperate in an even better way? I know you come from the ministry, so it might be difficult, but I get it. I leave you the time to think.
Okay,
so we will start with Karin.
I think for us as a rather small organization, but a partner that is able and willing to make an impact, I think the framework for the PES or Arbetsförmedlingen is of course a problem. And it's not that Arbetsförmedlingen is not willing to cooperate with us. We do this every day and it's a really good cooperation. But the national framework is sometimes hard for us as a small organization to live up to. And for example, we did a feasibility study together with the social fund. And there we quite soon found that this is not the right way for us to go, because you would have to have so many participants in our case. So this is something that I think that the civil organizations or the NGOs, we have a big possibility to make an impact, but we also have to have the necessary, we have to also have able to have time, and time is sometimes money, and it doesn't have to be so expensive if you cooperate. So if it's possible to be a little bit more flexible, and it would be, I think more could help you, or could join you on this quest to help the migrants. Yeah.
I see that the representative from Malmö PES is writing like it's very good. Thank you so much, Karin. What would you like to advise to this?
Advice. Okay, I agree with Karin. And advice.
Or just give a thought. Or
Yeah. Okay. My advice to Arbetsförmedlingen would probably be to about the information because in the projects that we are having today with one of them together with Arbetsförmedlingen, or Arbetsförmedlingen is financing. I can see a lack of knowledge at the from the handläggare at Arbetsförmedlingen. They don't have the information about the projects. And for me, that's a little bit strange because you're paying for it. Why don't all of the handläggare know about it? So my advice would be to have the information spread.
More information.
Yeah, better.
Maybe you could come and tell them, or talk.
We
have a
have
speech.
done that.
Yeah, you've done
Yeah.
that.
So now we know.
Okay, but a lot of cooperation. And Ahti, have you got any
Well,
thoughts
well,
that
I
you would
think
like to share?
I think there's nothing much to add. It's really important to have a good cooperation to
Yeah.
make things happen.
Thank you so much, all three of you, and thank you for fruitful and nice discussions. You soon will have the coffee, but I just want to remind those of you who's got a room in the hotel that checkout time is at noon, 12 o'clock, so you leave your rooms before that. And I think, yes, that is it. I'll see you in half an hour, and we will be on time, of course.